Okay, so today we are going to continue with percent of change. So a company increased the amount of sugar in one of the products from 600 milligrams to 710 milligrams. What is the percent increase in the amount of sugar in this product? Okay, so we want to make sure that we remember our formula. New minus old over old equals percent of change, which is what we're looking for, over 100. All right, I'd also like to point out that what is the percent increase, right? A company increase. So that means it should give us a positive answer after we plug in our info and do our formula. If you get a negative answer, you might want to go back and check what you picked for new and old. All right. So we increase the amount of sugar of one product from 600 milligrams to 710. So we started at 600, so that's our old, and our new number is going to be 710. And then we just plug in what we know. So 710 minus 600 over 600, and that's going to equal X. What we're looking for is our percent of change, and that's going to be over 100. All right, so like yesterday, we kind of talked about you have to do this first step here a little bit. So 710 minus 600 will give you, what, 110? All right, and then you can rewrite this as 110 over 600, and that will equal X over 100. Well, from here, all you guys have to do is cross multiply and divide by X's partner. And you'll see that X is going to equal 18.3%. 18.3%, or B. All right, I'm not going to do this step for all the problems, or for any more of them, really. As we've talked about it in class, you guys can do that on Desmos. So just to kind of save some video time. Again, we are going to start off with our formula. Remember, n minus O over O, new minus old over old, equals percent of change, which we're looking for, over 100. So last year, the Garvey Middle School had 730 students. This year, it has 548 students. All right, what is the percent of decrease? Remember, we see decrease, we're going to assume that our answer is going to be negative, okay? So let's look at what we have here. Let's see, last year they had 730 kids. This year, 548. So last year would be my old number. This year is my new. And when I plug that in, I get 548 minus 730 over 730. And that's going to equal my X, because I'm looking for my percent of change, divided by 100. Again, we're going to cross multiply, divide by X's partner, and X is going to equal 24.9%, negative 24.9%. Well, remember, this negative right here just means that we're decreasing, and we're never going to have a negative answer, so we will just have 24.9%, and that is a decrease. That is a decrease. All right, the stock price of the company was $45. The stock price rose $80, which is the closest to the percent increase. So it rose, increase. We're definitely looking for a positive number. So the stock of a company was $45. That's my old. And then it rose to 80. That's my new. So I'm going to have 80 minus 45 over 45, and that's going to equal my percent, which is what I'm looking for, over 100. Then when we cross multiply, divide by X's partner, you'll see that X is just going to equal 77.8. 77.8%, or A. All right, number 6, a pair of socks cost $450 originally. The price was reduced. Now we're talking about something being reduced to $275. What's the percent of decrease? Again, we're looking for a negative number. So we started at $450. That's our old number, and it was reduced to $275. Remember, it's new minus old divided by old. And that's going to equal our X over 100. All right, you guys are great with this. So just cross multiply, divide by X's partner, and you'll see that X is going to equal 38.9%, negative 38.9%. Oh, remember, just to drive this home, this negative just means that we're decreasing, right? Because it was reduced. So our x is just going to equal a positive 38.9% because you're never going to have a negative percent, which will just be C. All right. You bought a pack of candy for $2.25, then you sold it for $4.50. What's your percent increase? So we're going to get a positive number here for the beginning. All right, so we bought it for $2.25. That's going to be our old. Then you sold it. You turned around and sold it. That's going to be our new number. So remember, it's new minus old divided by old. And that's going to equal what we're looking for, which is our percent over 100. Remember, percents are always over 100. Oop, here you're going to cross multiply, divide by x. X is partner, I should say. And what you're going to get for x is 77.8%, right? So that's a 77.8% increase, which will be D. And it's increased because this number is positive. All right, a house listed for $340,000. After a year, it's marked down to $325,000. What is the percent decrease? All right, so it was listed initially at $340,000, so that's going to be our old number. A year later, it's listed for $325,000. So we're going to have $325,000 minus $340,000 divided by $340,000. Don't let these big numbers scare you. A lot of this is going to cancel out because we're looking for percent. All right, and again, when you cross multiply and then divide by x's partner, your percent decrease, right, is going to be negative 4.4%, right? Negative is because we are decreasing, so your actual answer is just 4.4%, or B. All right, 2 more to go. On Monday, there were 425 books in the library. On Tuesday, there were 450 books. What's the percent increase from Monday to Tuesday? So it looks like some kids finished reading their books and brought them all back. Well, we started on Monday, so that's going to be our old number. And Tuesday, the day after, is going to be our new number. So again, we will have 450 minus 425. That's going to be over our old, which is 425. And that's going to equal, looking forward, is our percent of change over 100. And as you guys have probably gotten tired of hearing me say this, you cross multiply, divide by x's partner, and x is simply going to be 5.9%. That is a 5.9% increase from Monday to Tuesday of books. So the answer is A. And last, on Friday, the store had 60 packs of toilet paper. On Monday, they only had 4 left. This must have been in the beginning of the coronas, the COVID. So on Friday, the store had 60 packs of toilet paper. That's going to be our old number. That's where we're starting. And then on Monday, so we went from Friday, then we had Saturday, then Sunday, then Monday. That's going to be our new number. All right, so this one might be a little tricky because you might be like, oh, wait, Monday's before Friday. But don't let that trip you up. Think about it logically. We started on Friday, then you go through the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. And we're looking for a decrease. So remember, it's going to be new minus old divided by old. And that's going to equal your percent over 100, or what we're looking for. Again, just cross multiply, divide by x's partner, and x is going to leave you with a negative 93.3% decrease. All right, and I want to point out that this negative is because we're decreasing, but we know that our answer is always going to be positive, so it's 93.3% decrease. All right, if you have any questions, ask your teacher. Other than that, have a great day.